Has no standing.
Has no. Okay.
So we're working with the word presumption and balancing our ledger books here. If it is called presumption, so it's double presumption, we're presuming that there is a triple presumption. It's all so let's presume something, and let's work out how much credit is it, how much time do we spend presuming that something is legal, being lawful. Let's start with that one. So here we've got a claim that's been made against somebody for exemplifying the lack of the meeting of the mind. Now, we are presuming, first of all, that somebody else needs to be told. I need to go and I need to tell these people, and these people need to believe this, and they need to stop doing that. And I'm going to go and force my belief because I'm presuming my belief is right. We're still in the manifestation of unconscious creation of our unconscious presumption, which is forcing a belief in a nihilistic state. If we, either way, we believe in nothing. We believe that we can create everything from nothing, or we believe everything we create is no thing. So the presumption is there. Get yourself in that position of the presumption. They've written an order or a claim to say that someone could have been offended by some word. Now, here we are standing in the mother of all presumption jurisdiction that we are presuming to be a Vatican debt slave. Now, at that point, what we've said is we consent to your definition of this presumption, and I'm going to share this presumption with you. And so what I'm actually doing now is I'm creating the energy that this presumption makes me feel when I read the words that look like my name spelt backwards in capitalized letters. And I'm going to share the presumption that everybody else seems to presume that that must be me. Why? Because I once said it was. But now, just because I presumed that I was a Vatican debt slave once, doesn't mean I'm always going to be presuming to be that Vatican debt slave. So at the point where you have severed your crediting of this presumption, you're in the other side of the column. So we've split the paper into two halves, the line down the middle. There's no presumption under the law, but on the other side of the page, on the other side of the column, we're not in law, we're in the legal system. So even if I was presuming to be a legal fiction, that's when I would be consenting to you presuming that I have contracted with your presumption of being a legal fiction, and only then would offences, acts and statutes be applicable to me, even if I've done all of those things, presuming that I have. And obviously I can't do that because there's no presumption of the law. So we're here we are, playing the game of hypothetical mind ping pong, if you like, with yourself. So here are those
Yeah.
saying that you could have offended somebody. Well, somebody, so let's put right in other words. So in order, who would it be that I could have offended? Had I been a legal fiction and all those things that we were presuming were true, which we can't. So at what point is it that I said that I would be a legal fiction? And if I had done that, then who in that legal fiction could I have possibly offended other than another legal fiction? Because nothing real exists in there, does it?
No.
Okay, so that is the realization that we are creating every circumstance as from our presumption. And the word presume, that thing that we call presume rather, is that thing that we're programmed with, that I respond like this. I am pre-programmed to respond like this. Now what I've got to do is reset my own hard drive and say, okay, let's take a deep breath, and I'm going to say to myself something else. Not instead of this, if this plus this equals this, I respond like this. you're going to say, if this plus this equals this, I respond in a completely different way. And so we were talking just before we started to record this about compounding interest. So what is compounded interest? In the banking, how much credit is applied to something, how much interest is given, how much this creational belief mechanism is it that is being invested in, and so you are either an interested party in this or not. Now, this is a legal fiction that has had all of its equitable rights assigned anyway. So there's just been a video gone up about a previous thing that we've just done with somebody about Minister and Ven attending the court. Now, whether the document is in the title Minister and Ven or whether it's in the previous legal fiction that you once credited, you've got what this is an offer from the universe for you to exemplify to yourself that you really are the secure party creditor of your own mind. That's it. You're going to the court. It's the stage. It's the performance. It's your the jurisdiction of you exemplifying your mind. And based on how you do that in that form, that's why it's got these definitions that are already predetermined for you. Now you can't go in there in the same mindset. You know, people saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have even gone to the court." Well, of course we're going to go to the court. Well, Minister and Ven. That's what your 5 hours is. So I'm going to the court. I've picked up the liability of the legal fiction, but what I'm here is, as both parts, I picked up the liabilities of the legal fiction instead of giving them away, which I'm saying, I don't know what it is that I've got to do with these liabilities. I need a government to discharge this fiction for me because I don't know what it is. No, it's my fiction. There's nobody better to discharge the charges that the fiction created than the party who created the charges. So that's why it's always going to be discharged in the same way the charges were created by you. Now, going into the court at that point then, here you've got a chance of redemption. What is it that you are redeeming yourself? You are yourself. What is it you're redeeming, comma, yourself? So you're actually going and you're saying, right, okay, I acknowledge. Why are you here? Well, I was once the creditor of that account, now retired. What have you just done there? You've exemplified that they haven't got the assignment of consent of the equitable rights because you've just retired from credit in that legal fiction. You just said that. If you don't feel confident about saying that, you can take somebody with you as a Minister and Ven, and you can say,
Oh, I'll say that. I'll say that. I have no qualm saying that whatsoever. I've said it to the police enough times.
For other people who are not confident
Yeah.
about that, they can
Okay.
somebody
Yeah.
with them and say, right, okay, I was once the creditor of that account, but I assigned my equitable rights to this individual here. And this is the red paper that shows that this is the assignment of consent. That's the bill of exchange. Of really, what I'm doing then is you're showing them, this is like a scene of your life now, a recording of your of a view in a deed with an other third party.
Yeah. Well, can I just interject?
Is there? Are you there? No? Okay, so we'll just carry on. Like you're there. We just pretend to be the administrative court, carry on, whether you're there or not. No, we can't.